Welcome back to the Football Coach and welcome to our Euro 2020 analysis. Today we're going to have a look at the biggest game of the tournament so far, which is France versus Germany. The game saw France win 1-0 in quite a cagey and compact game. Hummels scored an own goal on 20 minutes. It did give France the 1-0 lead in Munich, however the game was very compact. Both sides defensively solid, with little attacking threat throughout the game. France, one of the tournament's favourites, whilst Germany seen as a bit of a dark horse, a side less likely to have influence. However, the Germans can never be underestimated. We'll start by having a little look at the team shapes. We can see here France set up within a 1-4-3-3 formation, whilst Germany set up within an adapted 1-3-4-3. France have played most, if not all, of their qualification period using a 1-4-3-3. Germany have commonly played a 1-4-3-3, but have resorted to a 1-3-4-3 in this situation. As we expand on our analysis, it might be that Germany tried to exploit France in the wide areas. If we have a quick look through the statistics, Germany control possession with 61% of the ball. Germany have nearly 37 minutes of possession, that's 64% longer in possession than France. 80% of the German attacks managed to reach the final third. For France, it was just 43%, so a significant difference of efficiency in possession. This was backed by Opta, who suggested that Germany had 24 seconds of average possession, whilst France had just 15 seconds of average possession. What this might show is Germany was slightly more patient in their build-up compared to France, who were more direct. We're just going to have a little look through some key tactical points in the next 6 minutes. Why Germany switched to an adapted 1-3-4-3. Why France stuck with their 1-4-3-3. We'll have a quick look through the French and German build-up play. Why France were willing to concede possession of the ball, and Germany's lack of structure in the attacking moments. So a quick look at the shape. Here we can see quite clearly that Germany are in a 3-4-3 formation. We can see the back three against the French front three, and we can see the four midfield players beyond the attacking three of France. If we look more, we can see how Germany played with a really compact front three. This left space in the wide areas for the wing backs to drag the fullbacks into the wide areas. As we can see here, huge gaps between the French centre backs and the French fullbacks. This was space for the front three to run into. However, we did see little movement into those spaces. This might be an opportunity for other teams progressing in the tournament. Could this be an area of weakness within France's shape? The compact front three also dragged one midfield player to complete the French defensive triangle, making it more difficult for both sides to play centrally. This is why the game played so much of its time in the wide areas. That moves us on to the wide areas. As the game was forced wide, we can see how stretched it has become in the bottom image. With the wing back on the touchline and France looking to really compact play, there was space between the centre back and the fullback for strikers to run into. Maybe Germany lacked the patience or the penetration, or maybe a little bit of physical speed to be able to run in behind. The second image will just show that. So within that 3-4-3, even when the striker came into the half space to receive possession, there were still opportunities to combine in the wide area for Germany. There was one distinct tactical problem for Germany, and this involved their build-up play. To start with, France pressed high with a front three, making it 3v3 at the back, making it difficult for Germany to build up. Germany found three different solutions to this. One was the use of Toni Kroos, which we will look at in more detail in a second. The second was to play early into the 4v3 that existed on the second line. The other option was to play wide quickly and hope they could get out before France become organised in their press. France did not possess a highly Organised press and at times could be played through by a lack of concentration. Whilst the game was forced wide, there was one tactical situation that had huge influence on the game. If you look at the centre of the image, we can see Paul Pogba and Toni Kroos. Toni Kroos plays a huge role in Germany's build-up play. Pogba stayed central and picked up number 8, preventing him from switching play or gaining possession. Pogba constantly dropping in and making it a 4v4 made life very difficult for Germany and forced them to play in those wide areas. A quick look at France's shape. So France playing within that 4-3-3. We can straight away see how much higher Paul Pogba is playing within that midfield, how much deeper Benzema is willing to play, with the other two strikers playing high. We're showing the same image here, out of possession. Look at the body position of N'Golo Kante, looking to force play wide. They do not want to see Germany come inside. N'Golo Kante happy to concede possession as long as it's in areas that France are comfortable defending. In build-up play, France much more direct, looking to play over the line, over the press, and into Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba, a physically dominant player, with height and aerial dominance, won more duels than anyone on the pitch, and was picked out by Hugo Lloris more than any other player. France, after scoring and looking to hold on to the 3 points, changed formation in the second half. They looked to switch to a 1-4-5-1. This offered more compactness in the midfield, but also gave two wide players who were able to stop the opposition wing-backs having influence within the game. These situations did also allow France to counter-attack when needed, scoring 2 goals that were disallowed for offside, but real quick, dynamic attacking play. France also looked to use the half space. German fullbacks or wingbacks were often pinned right back by Griezmann. This created a back 5, giving space for the fullbacks to run into in the half space. This forced Rudiger to step out of his slot as a centre-back and deal with the advancing fullback. This now leaves space in behind the central centre-back who won't come wide and the wing-back who's had to pick up Griezmann. This gave opportunity for France to run in behind. Going in behind the opponent was something that we'll come on to in a minute. Germany, very, very flat in attack, as we mentioned. A lot of players playing beyond the lines and not between the lines. This made it very, very difficult for Germany to play in central areas. At times, the 9 would drop short, but the lack of creativity within the lines and the compactness of the French shape made this almost impossible. Again, just one more image to show the front 3 all playing between the back line and the midfield line, but nobody dropping on the midfield line and looking to receive. This is all backed up by expected goals, with Germany having expected goals of 0.11 in central areas. So absolutely no influence in the centre of the pitch. For France, an expected goals of 0 in the central area, just supporting our argument that the game was all about the wide play. Both teams had slightly different ideas when in the wide area. Germany looking to cross early and to cross whenever they were given the opportunity. For France, it was about finding space in behind the opponent and then performing a cutback. This is where the goal came from, a cutback that was finished by Max Hummels by accident. But again, good cutbacks into good areas caused problems for teams. If you've enjoyed our analysis, please subscribe. And for any more coaching contact or Euro 2020 specific stuff, please visit TheFootballCoach.net.